Yeah, it's a beautiful, handsome, lovely, delightful day. Today, the 20th day in the month of December, the last month of the year. 11 days to go for the year 2025 to wrap up, and this is the penultimate installment of Spring Delights and Western Spring Television. It's a good day, a happy day, a joyful day, although in the city of Oshobo, the Hamatan has not really started like that. However, we are still anticipating that December weather, where everywhere will be cold and, chilly. And, well, we're still waiting for that. It's a good day today. And as I usually say on the show, it's the delightful show. We get to make your weekend delightful. You can only have it right here on Spring Delight on Western Spring Television. And from all of us here, I welcome you to today. A good day, 20th day in the month of December, and as always, it's promising rather to be very delightful and interesting on the show today. We have a lot of things to look into. Let's get to check out the year, and I like to encourage you as well. As the year is wrapping up, you try to do an inventory of everything that has happened in the course of the year from January to February. What are the things that you've done? How has the year been for you? Try to do a review. Yeah, do a review of your spendings, your finance. Have you increased in knowledge? What are the personal skills you've added to yourself? I mean, have you evolved, so that it's just gonna be a thing of year in, year out. I think you should have an inventory, okay, and that will help you to focus and, get to have a set goal for the next year so as to make the coming year better than the year that is winding up. So as we get to the show, you get to understand my proverbial illustrations along the line. Once again, I want to welcome you to the show. My name is Olufemi Alagbe, and it's a pleasure to be here on the show this morning. Well, today it's a solo one, and I'm extending the greetings of GBK and John Rojo to you this morning. All right, before we fire down, as it's a usual habit, we get to go for some aerobics where we get to burn out some calories, get to exercise because it's very good for your health. And we encourage you to do that on the show. So we go for some aerobics where we get to, just as I do say, don't sit and watch your screen, get to do something, burn out those calories. As it's getting to the festive season where we begin to eat everything eatable. So, burn out some necessary ones before you absorb some other things so that you have something to still burn out. There'll be space enough to get some things into the body. You understand what I'm trying to say? All right, let's go for some aerobics. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Yeah, that's it exactly. You're doing it right. So just do one more press up. Yeah, I know your arms are aching and all that, but just one more, one more. Or in case you're lying towards the back and you're lifting those legs and they are looking heavy right now, just one more, okay? And just as I said, was it last week or thereabouts, you should be actually releasing some sweat by this time. So just quickly go into the shower, so that you'll not be smelling. Go take some shower, to wash off and look fresh and have a good breath of yourself. You need that. And for as many who have actually done that and not just sat watching their screens, that's a good one. We encourage you, to get to burn out some calories. And, the course of the week, the activities are all there. You might not have the time to do that, but, it's weekend. You're with family, get to do some exercise. And after the show, you can just get to walk out, stroll around with your loved ones and, have a beautiful time together. The weekend is here and you get to do the needful, because once you don't do it, there's nothing you can do about it. You just forget about it. It's gone and it's gone. So don't waste the weekend. Don't waste the time in this weekend. Get to utilize it properly. Yes, it's still Spring Delight on Western Spring Television, and at this time we want to get to celebrate, in case your birthday was in the course of the week, as we do here, as is our ritual here. In case your birthday is on the course of the week, or today happens to be your birthday, we celebrate you and we say you are the real MVP, the most valuable personality. And from all of us here at Western Spring Television, categorically the Spring Delight Show, we say happy birth week to you, or happy, if today happens to be the day, we say happy birthday to you. You might not actually be on our screen, as we might not have your details, but we celebrate you from our heart of hearts, because we love you just as you love us, and you stay with us on the show, week by week. We are together doing this, so we celebrate you really good. And as we're going for celebrity birthdays, we are using this as a connection to celebrating you as well on your birthday. In Ajibike's words, this will not be your last. You will celebrate more and more in health, in peace, in wealth, in abundance. So we celebrate you and we rejoice with you. And in case you would like to, connect with us, we are live on Facebook at Rave91. Apologies. We are live on Facebook at Western Spring Television. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We are on X, Western Spring Television. However, we are live on Facebook currently. So you can go and drop us your comment. Tell us today is your birthday. We'll get to see it and we'll rejoice with you as well. And we are also live on YouTube at Western Spring Television and Yes, we are there. So go ahead, stream us and drop us a comment there. Let us know it's your birthday. The year is wrapping up. Let's rejoice with you. Let's celebrate with you. Your own new year is starting already. It's a new year for you. So celebrating birthdays, and we align that with today in history. Something happened on this day some years back. Let's bring you up to speed on happenings in our world. Stay with us. You're welcome back. It's still Spring Light on Western Spring Television, and happy birthday to everyone who was celebrated his birthday in the course of the week. Today happens to be your birthday. I could see Iyabojo right there and a host of others celebrating their birthdays as our celebrity birthdays being showed on our screens right there. And for adventure, showed on our screens. We celebrate you right here at Western Spring Television, and we pray, God, that more years to celebrate, and it's going to be on an increase of good things, not on the negative side, but on the positive angle. And how do you get to achieve that? You also have to stay positive, stay optimistic and not pessimistic. Be optimistic about life, because it's the way you view life that life will actually reflect itself to you. So view it in a proper perspective, and you're going to have, what you really want to get. Yes. It's time to get into the business of the day. And, you know, in the introductory part, I was saying you have to do a review of your life in the course of the year. How's the year been for you? So today is more like, you know, we are going to have a retrospective activities that have happened in the course of the year in the nation Nigeria and in the global space at large. And the topic of consideration, I mean, we just to carve it together, we're going to look at clicks, trends, and conversations, viral moments that defend Nigeria in 2025. And I've got right here in the studio this morning a lawyer, a public affairs analyst, Barrister Yomi Moses Obadit. It's a pleasure to have you on the show this morning, sir.
Good morning.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, let me start with this first. How has 2025 been for you, sir? We just have 11 days to wrap up the year. Let's just give us a briefing about how would you say 2025 is to you?
Well, I would describe 2025 as the good, the bad, and the ugly. Good that we're alive. Good that we're still enjoying democracy. We have freedom of expressing ourselves. And then the bad aspect is that the democracy we're pursuing, we've not been living according to the rule of law. There are many things that are happening here and there. And even right in this studio, a policeman brutalized and hotels, no servant there, used cutlass and many things, and we are still waiting for it. And then the ugly part of it was that people were massacred in Plateau, in Benue, even till about 24 hours ago. And the story in Borno State are not changing. But despite this challenge, we must appreciate the governments and the security agents that they are doing their best. That's why I could summarize.
The good, the bad, the ugly. So it's a combination of all of it. Well, I think towards the ending of our conversation, I'm still going to come to the aspect of how we can make things better in 2026. You know, it should not just be a coming in, year out thing. Things should improve, not deteriorate. However, let's get into the conversation, and we're going to focus basically on politics and governance, how things have been in the year 2025. And I'm going to start with Osun State and hear your reactions and comments about things that have happened. We have basically the governor is currently in his first term in office, and he's seeking a re-election. However, due to the crisis in PDP, although PDP crisis did not start this year, however, it has affected his, decision in getting the ticket and recontesting under the platform of the PDP. This year, he defected from PDP to AC, that's the Accord Party. How did you see this movement, and what is your reaction to it and the political architecture of Osun State precisely?
First, I want him to appreciate the governor. He has done his best in the state.
Okay.
And, the party is more of a vehicle. It's a political platform. And when you are in a vehicle and suddenly your vehicle either got destroyed or have mechanical faults and you could no longer go on your journey, the wisest thing there is for you to look for alternatives, either sending for your family or for your driver or any vehicle that is going and say, look, I need to move on this journey. And so politics is a journey. You move from the day you are sworn in, the day you complete your terms. But then you must be able to look back and say, this is what I have done for the period in which I'm there. So Governor Adeleke was on the vehicle of the PDP. And when the PDP could not get a driver to pilot it, and everybody begin to remove the tire, remove the windscreen, and it will not be proper for you who want your safety to remain in such a vehicle that is already, disseminated. And so that's why, so it's in wisdom. And the man is a governor, and so he should be able to know that he have no option than to look for alternatives. So moving to another party is not left for him to be able to strategize, knowing fully well he has another term constitutionally.
Yes.
So he should be able to see if he will be able, to get his dream fulfilled.
But I'm a bit curious. In the course of the week, we had a report that the INEC chairman, that's a Professor Joshua Mokwita, called the two factional leaders of the PDP. I just want to check in, and I want to know your opinion. Do you think the INEC can weigh in to resolve the PDP crisis?
You see, as an institution which INEC represents, it's one of their duties to register, supervise, audit, and then conduct election. So one of the things they are doing is part of their duty. Knowing fully well that the way this party or political party is going, if they do not intervene, they eventually may have problem when election comes in. So the ability and the courage, despite the laughing stock that PDP has become, a party that once claimed to be the greatest party in Africa, and who claimed they are going to be there for 60 years, are now having problem of even having up to 10 states. At a point in time, they were controlling about 28 states in Nigeria. Today, I think they are left with 4 or less. So if INEC is intervening, that would be good. But then the problem is that if you look at the PDP, it's not confronting a problem that cannot be solved. But when you have somebody or a mole who have been sent to destroy a particular organization, until you deal with that mole, until you remove the mole, it may be a bit difficult. Well, because the mole has been given an assignment, ensure there is no presidential candidate from PDP in 2027. And the man even said it too, that look, forget it. We will not have presidential candidate, and he has from point to point doing what he intends to carry out. So if they cannot do it, and the INEC is able to get involved and see how they can come into their reason, I think it is a welcome development. But my fear is that, will the mole be removed? Will it be pacified? Or will you allow reason to prevail? Because when you allow emotion to control you all the time, you're not likely to get to your destination.
So getting to deal with the mole is actually very important in order to stabilize the architecture and the structure of the PDP. However, I've noticed that, bringing back to the case of Accord Party, after Governor Adeleke defected, we are still on Adeleke's matter, defected to the Accord Party, and he was declared the party flag bearer for the governorship election, a faction came up. Before that time, we've never had Accord having 2 factions. But immediately the factor of Adeleke came into Accord, a faction sprung up. What would you say could be the cause of that? And what is the effect of this in our political system in the country, Nigeria, as we are having it in 2025?
When I used to get involved in playing football, some of our opponents would say, rather than you defeating us, we will do everything possible. And what is everything possible? Either they look at the striker, kick him out, injure him, or if possible, use every other means to make sure they defeat you. And when the present president came on board, because I've known him, I've been to some degree a follower, until I decided to remain neutral today. I know that anybody is going to contest with him for the second time has to get prepared. Fortunately and unfortunately, one of the, what I would like the financier of PDP happened to be one of the appointees. And he has been enjoying the glamour, and has been busy doing things here and there. So now that the governor moved to another party, and somebody spring up and said they are faction. They not even call faction. They went as far as doing primary. But the INEC came and said, we are not recognized. And the people are also crying. As far as they are concerned, the man who is trying this one is already sent packing. So you come back to where I started, that when you have a mole in a party, they are going to use everything to ensure that you do not get to where you are going. Sometimes, when an organization is doing very well, and then maybe their next rival, what do we do? And then they approach you. And have you heard that in football, that sometimes goalkeepers are bribed, or is a particular outstanding player is influenced either monetarily or otherwise to ensure that the opponent defeats them? Have you heard it? It does happen. And sometimes when FIFA or the organization in charge of it will pick the person and get him punished. So in political party, in politics, it's a game of absurdity. Because as far as the politicians are concerned, what matters to them is winning. And it's not all the time you win. You lose some, you win some. But, in our own country, we want democracy, but we do not want Democrats. If you are going to follow a democratic system, there are some basic things that must be available. Number one, the freedom of expression, the power of associating, the freedom to associate. And then not only that, you also have the freedom to exit, to leave. And when you bring all these one together, you realize, and then the rule of law. But when you bring all this on, you have what is missing is the rule of law. And what is the rule of law? That nobody is above the law. But when you have a political party, and where a party has gone to court, obtained a particular court order, and then people flouted it and decide to behave as if they are above the law. So in situations like that, you cannot but see what is happening in our court. So, but the ability, the maturity, to be able to bring things to normalcy and to allow the game to continue. Remember, politics, it's like football. It's a game. There are rules that guide them.
Yeah.
And when you throw away rules in any game you are doing, the people will not enjoy it. And for other people, it's not only when you become a party member that people appreciate you. You may not even have a membership card. And yet, you observe the goings on in party A, party B, party C. And but when you now realize, that party I cannot join. The reason why people say though is because they do not follow the rules of the game. So every political party has constitution. They have guides which they has to follow. For example, it should not be a problem about fighting who's supposed to be secretary, who's supposed to be the chairman, when should Congress come up. It's already in the panel.
All right, Barrister, we're still coming back and we have other aspects to look into, but I quickly want to go on this break. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
The PDP citing internal problems. The wait came to an end yesterday as Governor Ademola Adeleke announced her court party as his new political platform and declared his intention to seek a second term on the party's ticket. The declaration was made during a meeting with national and state leaders of the Accord Party. At the Accord Party primaries held today in Osogbo, which had in attendance his deputy, Prince Kola Adewusi, the secretary to the state government, Honorable Teslim Igbalaye, and his commissioners, amongst others, saw Governor Ademola Adeleke win the primaries unopposed, as announced by the party.
The election has come and gone. Votes have been casted and counted. And the committee chairman has raised their hand and they have called on me as the national chairman to present this certificate of returns. On behalf of Accord, the members of the National Committee, on behalf of the National Executive Committee of our great party and the Accord family, I hereby present this certificate of returns to you, Your Excellency. Accord!
In his acceptance speech, Governor Ademola Adeleke thanked the 150 delegates from different local governments of the state for their votes and for the confidence they have in him. He said what was witnessed today was the beginning of an official battle for continuity, and with the Accord Party, it will emerge victorious. He challenged other candidates from different parties to run with their records, as the people of Osun will choose based on merit.
Delegates from across the 332 wards of Osun State, the confidence you repose in me is hugely appreciated. I assure you that I will not take it for granted. We are today launching the battle for continuity of progress, good governance, and democratic dividends.
Governor
Yeah, you're welcome back. That's a report on the, the winning of the Accord Party primaries by Governor Ademola Adeleke. However, switching away from Osho State to other matters in the country, because a lot have happened in the political landscape of our country, Nigeria, in this year, 2025, and we are trying to do as much as possible to cover as much as we can. Rather, on a very sad note, on Thursday, 11th of December, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Lawrence Iworobure, died. Actually, reports getting to us, Doyediri defected to APC, but he remained in the PDP. However, not long after the defection, maybe a few weeks after Doyediri defected, the report of him slumming and dying was announced, and it is actually a sad moment in Bayelsa State and in the country at large, for a sitting deputy governor to, pass away like that. What's your take on this? With the issue of him having to, be on a different party with his governor and he being the deputy, and there was a report that maybe they were trying to take him out as being the deputy governor, but he filed a case against it that the State House should not make that move. Your reaction to this?
My reaction is that what has happened there is not new. I think towards 2003,
okay,
there was a misunderstanding between President Obasanjo and Vice President Atiku Abubakar.
Mm-hmm.
And the man eventually defected to AC while he was serving as a vice president. And then the Obasanjo made a move to remove him, and he ran to court. And the court said, once you are elected, you are no more vice president of PDP. You are not vice president of Nigeria. So when now apply that one at the state level, and the man that died, they have been elected as governor and deputy governor. They did now decide to go to APC. And the man said, I'm not going. I remain in PDP. And for that reason, they make move to impeach him. He ran to court and asked for an injunction. And while the case was coming, he said he had problem. Eventually, he collapsed and died. In an ideal society, what the central government, irrespective of political difference, would have done would have been to find out. I'll carry out a sort of what called autopsy report. Was the man poisoned? Remember, there's no good relationship between the governor and deputy governor. And if it's not, what was the condition of health? As human being, here is a man who had been enjoying relationship with his governor until the issue of defection came up. So his blood pressure, not likely to be the same. He must have been having some thinking, how do I pay my bills, pay my lawyer, and that kind of thing. And eventually he slumped. So government ought to look to it. And when the governor is now describing me as one of these, and I laugh because I have listened to and I've seen a little thing, my little journey on it years back. That should be in the 83. There was a man called Busari Adelakun. Some of your supervisors may know and remember him. And he was made Commissioner of Health in Oyo State. And then Chief of Bafema called the then governor, Bola Ige, and said, okay, it was even 1979, yes, to 83 years. I said, this man you made Commissioner of Health, he's not a lettered person. How do you run it? I would have preferred the man be made a local government chairman. And the governor eventually agreed with Papa Awu and moved the man to local government. The man who succeeded him, since as he was moving, sat on the chair, he stopped, stumped, and died. No autopsy was carried, nothing. And then the newsman approached and said, Baba, ẹni tó gbaṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín, sorry for speaking in my own language. How come David said no láti ẹ̀gbọ́n pé ó ní ẹ má dá alákọ̀ọ́ra rẹ̀ láhùn, àmọ́ pé kò ní nǹkan kan láà, nǹkan gíngíní la rẹ̀ fi dán o. And that's the end of the story. So when it comes to Africa, things happen at the political realm. Anything can still happen. So that's my submission.
That was actually, it's a sad one there for Lawrence Uru. I mean, a sad one for the country, and particularly Bayelsa State, on the death of Deputy Governor Lawrence Urujapo. I actually made an error with that surname there. Well, moving away from there, it's still in the south part of the country. However, this actually trended in the country, and a lot of people reacted to it. But it was more like Nigerians' noise were not heard. That was the issue of the suspension of Fubara from being the executive governor of Rivers State. This governor was suspended. The deputy governor rather was suspended. All members of the State House of Assembly were suspended. Nigerians shouted, "It's unconstitutional." But it still stood its ground. And recently, a court judgment was released that the president has a right to that. Your reaction, Barrister?
My reaction is that, number one, the issue that the president has a right to suspend a sitting governor or declare a state of emergency. When I put it, state of emergency.
Yes, state of emergency.
Yes. But if you look at the constitutional provision in Section 305, it spelled out the details. But at the same time, the governor's name were not mentioned. In the previous one done, especially under Jonathan, there was state of emergency, but the governor was spared. Because the Supreme Court once held that the governor has no power, no capacity, legal right to remove an elected local government chairman. So if it is so in applying that to the center, the president should honor to have the power to remove. Because if we say that is what the Supreme Court say, well, that is the judgment, because in the legal term, we say the law is what the court say it is. If the law says it is now, there are going to be problems in the future. Because we may have somebody, if I don't want to contest against you, or I want my son to contest against you, I will just declare state of emergency. And then next thing you have moved, and then the election is held, and so many things. So my own submission is that provision was not specified. The governors and the elected people were not supposed to. The only way by which governor or president or vice president or elected person can be removed according to the constitution is by impeachment. So the president cannot be a senior prefect in a federation. Assuming the unitary state, maybe in China, maybe in Russia, that could go. But in a democratic system, that is not fine. So my advice was that the National Assembly should try to look at that section 305, make an amendment, and be specified that whenever there's a need for a state of emergency, the governor will either also go for it or be spared. That will be able to help us of the calamities that may be coming in the future over the same issue.
Barrister, do you think that will work? Because the legislative arm of government had to make laws. The judiciary interprets it. What if they make that and the judiciary still decides to give it an interpretation? Just as you said, it is not specified. But a court judgment said the president has the right.
Let me assuming they make the new one I'm suggesting.
Yes.
And then the judiciary goes otherwise. See, such body, that means the judicial body, they have disciplinary committee.
Okay.
Have you heard that judges can be suspended? They have been, even in Osun State here, a judge was dismissed because there were concrete evidence that he collected money, electronically from a litigant and then give judgment. So if judgment is given contrary to the Constitution, we may take it. But then it's not going to be used as a precedent.
Okay.
In 1979, because my friend doesn't want me to spend more time, I talk a lot of politics because I have the background. There was an election that took place in Nigeria. Shehu Shagari won 12 instead of 13 states. Awo won 6. So the ideal thing would have been to call for a second election. While they were preparing for it, Chief Richard Akingide, a senior advocate of Nigeria, approached the tribunal and said, since Shagari won 1/3 of the vote casted in Kano, we can't approximate it to be 13 states. And that's why the issue of 12 to 3 came up. And so they use it and even shut the door against Awo for having a second. Because if they have gone for another second election, Awola would have won. Why? The other party, NPP, another part, PRP will have supported UPN, and then they will
be like a coalition.
A coalition against for this. So the military, knowing their own wisdom, that did on. Then later, when the Supreme Court granted that judgment, they now asked them question. Why did you do that? He said, and that was the principle that guide judgment. That's where I'm approaching to. He said, if they have asked for another election, the military will not go. Because they will see the impasse as an opportunity for them to continue. And that's why they give such a judgment. So each time a judge or judgment is to be given, there are principles that guide them. Number one, the law. Number two, the litigant. And number three, the public perception. So if you said in the picture, they now said, even they said the governor should not go, and the court go ahead and remove it, the public will be angry. And such a thing will lead to state of anarchy. That's why they normally say that the judiciary is the last hope of the common. It's not only for common, it's the last hope of the other arms. Because if the National Assembly failed, the executive arm failed, they expect the judiciary to come and stand their ground. This is what the Constitution says, and that's why we talk about the rule of law.
Thank you very much, Barrister. At this juncture, I know a lot to still talk about politics, but let's move to the traditional angle of things that happened in the country, particularly in the southwestern part of the country here. 3 prominent kings were installed in Nigeria this year. The Oba Wade Akim, Alafin of Oyo, Owa of Ijesha land, and the Olubadan of Ibadan, Oba Oladoja. That's the former one-time governor of Oyo State, from a governor to a king, and a lot of discussions have gone around there. What do you see with the the announcement and the wide, shall I call it, PR or publicity of the enthronement of these kings in connection to social media and all that, as compared to the past when kings will be installed and virtually a few persons will know about it? Even people in that land will just know that there is a king, but might not have that prominent recognition.
The world is dynamic. In the United Kingdom today, they were even trying to ensure that the king there is no more recognized. Because in those days, whatever they say, king never do wrong. But because of the political development over there, the prime minister is now higher than the king. In our own domain here, they call them Alashe Ekeji Orisha, next to gods. So before the European came, nobody looked the king in the face and survived it. You dare not call them. If they so desire, they can even decide to take your wife and you won't have anything to say. But with the coming of the European, with the development and the dynamics and anything, the power of the Oba were reduced. Under the military is even worse. And today, no king can be installed without the knowledge of the governor. Because we have an act that deal with the traditional kingship. So, and if it's deteriorating in the Western country, most, like if you look at France, they have King Charles. That one is almost gone, if it's not totally dead. So, but here, because of the tradition, because of African philosophy in our, so for them to have come and for the social media to take it up, it shows that our culture is undying. There are some society, they have forgotten the culture and the dynamics. But the only challenge we have today is that most of the elective body, particularly governor and president, they tend to carry the traditionalism to the modernity. And that's why you find governor also behave like king. Nobody criticizes governor, even though it's supposed to be under the law. And if you dare being in opposition, you are likely to have a visit from the police. It is not done in democracy. And that's why we said there must be a demarcation between traditional system and modern system. The modern system rely on this constitution. The traditional system relied on culture and customs. So, and look at what happened in Kano. At a point in time, they have 2 kings.
Yes.
And eventually, they went to court and everything. Sanusi seems to overcome the whole issue. So, for our people down here, not to have problem, because I think it was in Offa. Almost took them over 20 years. In Okene, the same thing. They went to court. We are not going to agree until judgment came almost 20 years after it. So, for us here, with the social media, with the popularity, and for them to have a peaceful transition. You know, in Yoruba land, Oba don't die. They only transit. They are now become Orisha. So they only went home. And they are still looking at us.
Exactly.
So those who are there today, they have become gods too. And so the gods must be given whatever needs to be done. So I think it should be a plus for the part of this world that we are still, you know, promoting them and associating with them, galvanizing them, and use whatever is available to make, you call it PRO. Right? Because PRO is part of the culture. Because in some African society that under French, most of these things are not so prominent. It's not that they do not have tradition on the board. The French have what called principle of assimilado. Yeah. Where the culture of the French are given to them and they lose their culture. But here, the British didn't tamper with our culture. It's more like association. Yes, association. So these are the beauty. I think so far so good. I think it's a good thing. And we pray. In Benin, we say so we pray that the king will live long. And just as Britain, we say long live the king. Long live the king. All right. This particular one also trended, and I'm going to match the two together. I've forgotten the name of that lady in Ibom Air after Wasiu Ayede's matter happened. You know, stopping the plane, a single man standing in front of a plane and saying the plane will not move. And a few days later, the issue of that lady also that was harassed in the plane came up and all that. And then a lot of issues of ambassadorial sin was flying around and all that. What you know, some persons were saying that all these things encourages indiscipline. And some persons were saying, well, she was right. Some other persons were saying she was not right. A lot of issues came up that the plane attendee did not also do right. That's talking about the lady now and all that. But for Wasiu's own, it was that because he carried a container and after passing through the checkpoints, he just added water and all this and that. Your reaction to this, Barrister, not just sounding biased, but what is all this trying to portray the country? Prominent individual like Wasiu Ayinde having to be in that kind of situation and also having to have a prominent airline in Nigeria having to be accused of, you know, doing unprofessional attitude to a client who was boarded their flight. Yes, I look at it from point of institution. In Africa, in Nigeria in particular, institutions are weak. Then I look at indiscipline. It's almost at every segment. Let's try one by one. Okay. If you get to South Africa, I'm not even talking of England or US. Who are you at the airport in Johannesburg? To be fighting with the what they call them, those ladies who manage the air hostesses. I mean, they say no fight in church. You pray, answer. I boarded your plane. Oh, madam, can you please? That politeness. But the way the lady behaved, they are forgotten. They are serving the interests of the people. And the same thing, when you come to political realm, you see the way our politicians talk to us as if we are their servant. Whereas they are supposed to serve us. So that aspect on the air hostess, it shows them they do not handle that lady properly. If you look at the way it was beaten, you know, almost naked. Turn naked, yeah. And you see the whole thing. If it happens, that airline will be shut down for some time. Inquiry will be carried out because they are not looking at that lady. They are looking at their society as a whole. Because to them, they've got to the zenith of civilization. And then here is another man, a Fuji musician, a music, a philosopher, now come and want to run in front of a flame because they said the content in your hands cannot be allowed. To boil down to the institution, you obey whoever you are. But here in Africa, in Nigeria, say, don't you know who I am? Are you greater than the institutions? Are you greater than the law? Until today, what punishment do they matter? So it shows to you another Wasiu is coming. Well, although they said he apologized, actually. That's not enough. Nigerians. That's not enough. There must be sanction. Any society where once you violate the law and you are just allowed, that's why we have problem with bandits. Initially, when they happened, they said they have apologized. They recruited them. Those who have killed, who have maimed, who have burned people, they said they apologized. They brought them back. There must be, first of all, trial, conviction, then pardon can follow. Look at the lady who killed the husband. The case was still in Supreme Court. The Supreme Court had not given back, and the president pardoned her. Even not because people have shouted, she will have possibly traveled out. Now Supreme Court said, no, I've not finished with you. This case is the story. So whatever that man may represent, even if he's head of state, once they said this place is no go area, okay, imagine if that pilot ran over him, they will seize his license. And despite that one, she was suspended.
Yes.
For unbecoming attitude as a captain. And if you travel by the sea, if there's going to be challenges or that vehicle or that ship is to capsize, the last person on it is the captain. I happen to know a friend long over 30 years ago, they call it Gurara disaster on the way to Portugal. The thing was, and then even his own family were rescued. He was the last man. And he went to that sea. He was brought out there. So as a captain, instead of losing your mind, you should calm down. And indeed, a plus for her, she came and said, man, what's the problem? What's the problem? And eventually the man said, no, I'm going to stay. And they always run over it. So in Western country, in developed polity, in the civilized society, that plane will just maintain a stand, knowing fully well the security will pick him up. So how did Wasiu go to that Tama? I've traveled for you to from nowhere and then walk into the plane. There are men security checks. Hello, what are you going? You pass through this place, through this one. And so these are some of those things you find. So in both ways, it shows that we still have a journey to go. In discipline everywhere, the lady will have kept quiet and then write a petition to a lawyer and said, this is what they did for me. You know that instances where people lose their bag, loads or belongings. And eventually they will pay them in compensation. So for her now to turn into, I will slap you, she also has her own fault. But then society needs to learn so that even after that lady, another one's happened again. A woman. So it shows Shuru that the way we do things, and unfortunately, as soon as we leave Nigeria here, you will see Nigerian being orderly, either in the plane or on the tarmac. So what's the problem? It shows that we are watching some people as bad examples.
Now, I'm not still talking about the issue of institution. Now, coming back to Wasiu idea, that's K1 himself. Now, there are speculations that he might likely be the next Awujale of Ijebu land. And, a lot of contests have been going on. And I saw a post on social media, was it yesterday or the day before? They said Ifa has picked him as the next Awujale. I want to hear your reaction to this.
When you hear anything on social media, you give it is that in communication, because I'm also studying communication. Yeah. There are what we call filtration of information. You need to filter. The social media are wonderful people, so don't believe that story. The governor of Ogun State has suspended the selection. Yes.
Okay.
Abiodun has suspended it for now. And then 2, there have been a lot of controversy over it.
Okay.
And 3, in Yoruba culture, you may belong to the ruling class. There are some things that can disqualify you as a member of the ruling class. One of the things they will say, Alagbeni. You know what's Alagbe? Somebody who lives on singing and that kind of thing. So how can Alagbe become a king? That's my personal opinion. But I know, as a Yoruba person, I should take a long shot. So if I to pick him. And do you know, in those days, if I picks today, it is the money, dollar that pick.
Okay.
So wait and see.
Marisa, are you saying that it's money that influenced the...
if you want me to give you an example, I will not mention him.
I get
They will dispute G-Wagon. They say so many vehicles. As soon as the Baba get there, okay, if I
Well, a lot to look into. However, we have to go. But I want you to speak to this as your final parting shot on the show this morning, as regards how people get to trend bad precedents on social media. It has been a trend over the years, and in 2025, like especially I'm connecting it to the issue of that Ibom airline issue. She was actually she was stripped off, and people were still capturing this video and spreading it around. What's your take on this and how people tend to these days, instead of coming to rescue victims of circumstances, what you see people get to do is bring out their phones, start capturing the moment. Some people even go live on social media just because of maybe monetization or something. Speak to that, Barrister.
It doesn't start from today. Negative news sells faster and it spread faster. But if it's positive side, nobody will carry it.
No, they won't even remember.
It's going to make a headline. I remember about, let's give it 15 years ago.
Okay.
There was an Nollywood lady who was befriending a white man, and they did this video, naked one, sex video, that kind of thing. And the thing got to the newspaper, and then they published. And the lady threatened to sue. If I mention, you know, she's not a big person in Nollywood today. And they now ask her, how did the thing get to the press? She said, I gave my laptop to somebody to help me repair it. And the person said,
and he saw the content.
And saw and said, okay, how will you pay me? Or are you? He said, go ahead, do your worst. Remember Tiwa Savage too? He told them, go ahead and do your worst. So there must be a regulator, which is already in now, that you can't just publish anything. And if they decide to show you or something and you are not convinced, you didn't give them, you have a right to sue. So maybe if court begin to back up
enforce this with disciplinary actions, people
will think twice before publishing anything that can, affect the other person, the personality, and then this false information. So if you know one or two people have been jailed, fined, people will think twice before doing that. Definitely, the fault is not in the hands of those who are doing it, it's in the hands of the enforcer. Once they enforce it, an idea that you don't know what fella say. Nobody want to die. My mother did for house. My brother did for house. So by the time they send them to jail, your mother will call it ATM. You know, here the person where they say go the other time. But people just do things and nothing happen. So no consequence. And for every action, there must be a reaction.
Exactly.
So on the side of the government, there must be a reaction, but should not be over. Because there are some times where even when they say the truth, government go after them. But when it affects the personality, actually they say it's his own right to claim his right if he so desire. So this are the...
Thank you very much, Barrister Yomi Moses Obaditon, for having to discuss different angles relating to politics and governance and traditional aspect of the things that have happened all through the year in our country, Nigeria. Thank you very much for being on the show, sir.
Thank you for having me.
All right, our dear viewers, we quickly go on this break. We want to go for our break. We want to have some, itinerary, some food to wash down the system. Yoruba, we say it is what is inside you that you use to do whatever you want to do outside. We'll go also for, to have my walk, my pride. Let's see some of the activities, legal jobs that you get to do that you're proud of, that puts food on your table. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
So if I talk now, you know go understand me. Many demons I've been writing in my diary. So if I talk now, you know go understand me. Many demons have been fighting, but it's hard, I'm happy to go by me. Nothing to stop me. T-Mobile shell or you on a wavy. So if you need a text me and I don't respond to my quick share me. Don't tell I sing now I'm so savvy. So far away me, cause you me party. I don't send me everybody. Don't spend down, don't tell I sing now I'm so savvy.
Ayodele Clement Ololade, professionally known as Lodi Key.
Yeah, you're welcome back. It's still Spring Light on Western Spring Television, and I hope you enjoyed that rise. And you saw that I Walk My Pride side, a studio engineer, a sound engineer, by the way. He's proud of mixing sounds, mixing instruments with the keyboard, the guitar, the maybe additional of percussion. In short, the percussion, the woodwind, the brass, and the oh God, I've forgotten the last one here, but I think in the course of the conversation, my second guest will bail me out. Let me try again. Woodwind, brass, percussion, and strings. Yeah, I got the four. However, by the time I unveil my second guest, the second guest, I don't want to use the pronoun so that you know the gender in the studio currently. But we're going to have a wonderful conversation in this segment. Moving away from politics, let's talk about food. Let's talk about music. Let's talk about trending slangs that, we have in 2025. Nigerians closed with 2024 with no grief for anybody. That one trended. And, small thing like this, no grief for anybody. And woke up into some new slangs in 2025. Which of them can you, watching me right now, mention? A lot of trends have happened, but I might not be able to get feedbacks from you, but go live on Facebook at Western Spring Television and on YouTube, Western Spring Television NG. Drop us some of the slangs that trended in 2025 this year. We just have 11 days for it to wrap up, So wind up and, but before then, before we get to go into the conversation fully, I'm going to go on this short break for, is it Semo? I had something. Yeah, everywhere Semo. Wait. Let's get to look at that. It's one of the slangs for 2025. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Man, everywhere good. Everywhere Semo. Everywhere beans. Oshamo, zero bezume. Whatever feeling me.
That reminded me of, is it for Ewa? Is it for Gary? Is it for Agbado? Well, that one, I'm not going to say anything about that. You know what I'm talking about. However, it's a pleasure to have right here in the studio. She's a bit quiet lady, but she's not actually quiet. I know her personally, so point. However, she's going to introduce herself properly. So it's a pleasure to have Joy. However, the other part, she will explain herself. I said I'm going to, she's going to declare it publicly on air. So she's going to do that herself. It's a pleasure to have you, Joy, in the studio. Good morning.
Good morning.
And how are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm joyful, by the way.
You say what?
I'm joyful.
Oh, you have to be joyful, definitely. You have to. Yoruba, we say Urukoni, so you have to know your name. And wait, when you see joy, and joy is not joyful. No. That one, no balance, and everything needs to be on point. It's a pleasure to have you on the show.
I'm delighted to be here as well.
I like the fact you're on Spring Delight. You are delighted.
Yes.
Oh my God, see connection.
I'm happy, excited.
You do it.
Do you want more synonyms?
Oh, yeah, continue. All right, let's start with this. First, for you, 2025, what will you say? How has it been for you? Just summarily.
2025 was good. But not to make it so simple,
okay.
I guess I'll just say it was packed.
Hey, loaded.
It was loaded. Okay. That's the word. Okay. So the good, the bad, the hopeful. There's so many things that have me hopeful for 2026. Like, when you start things in a year and you just hope for continuity in the following year. So that's how it is for me. I'm mostly hopeful. That's what 2025 has done for me. That's given me so much hope that there's a lot more to come.
To come in the coming year and beyond the coming year. Definitely. I like that angle. It's there is an adage that says when there is life, there is hope. Well, just as a bit of updates. Joy Ande is a voiceover artist. If you hear her voice, that was the time I listened to her voice, some of her voiceovers, and I was like, this is your voice. There's the confidence in me. She nodded. My mother was like, when person sabi his voice very well. Don't let me say anything more than that. She's a scriptwriter and boarding broadcaster. She stays consistently up to date with today's world. Don't worry, I will catch her here today. Pop culture and entertainment trends. She's a movie lover, and an ardent reader with an interest in storytelling and media-related content. How many books have you read this year?
Surprise you. I know you want to catch me. Okay, I didn't do so well this year. Okay. Much as last year, but I tried my best.
Both ebooks and hard copies joined together.
I mostly do ebooks.
You don't do ebooks?
No, I mostly do ebooks.
Okay.
Yes, so on an average, I'll say I've read about 50 to 60 Wow.
Okay, fine.
Year.
Actually, she's an ardent reader. True. You know, sometimes when you see some some citations, you have to check out and confirm. You know, they say confirm it is very important to confirm. All right, let's come back to our conversation. Some of the slangs that trended in 2025. Can you remember 1, 2, 3, 4 that you can recall?
There are quite a lot of them.
Like?
Okay, we just heard everywhere goods, everywhere sell. Then we have La Bubu.
Okay.
Then most recently we have everywhere go first blow.
Yeah, I think that everywhere go first blow in my mind. I was like, waiting blow, no be camera now.
Then we have Clock It.
Okay. Yeah, Clock It even trended for. I mean, I was saying Clock It recently, and it was like repeatedly on my status with some core members passed out of service.
Yes.
3 days ago, and everything Clock It. My mind, I was like, it's in BTS again. Where did people turn
It's still trending, by the way. It hasn't finished.
Okay, so it's still in the season.
Yes, it's still in the season. We have so many more. We have Sokwe Abipo.
Okay, wait. That poor thing. I saying it's 2025.
Yes.
Wow.
It's 2025.
Because it's small thing. Oh, mama. And especially, it's actually your gender that does that most of the time.
What do you mean?
No, it's not treats. It's actually it's more like the ladies
thing.
Even
started the trend.
Okay.
She's a lady as well.
So definitely they decided to to propagate and PR her trend. Now let's be specific. That Labubu thing, how did it start in the real sense?
Okay, so Labubu is like it started as a fashion trend.
Okay.
Majorly. So people
is it connected to that bubu gown you people?
No, not at all.
Okay, all right.
So I feel like people started hearing the word before they even knew the backstory to the Labubu thing.
Okay.
So Labubu is like this furry, you know this doll baby now. Let me just
I can see it on the screen right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. So that doll, that small doll.
Yeah.
So it's smaller, and then there are different colors.
Okay.
Mostly ladies. It just started trending from nowhere. They started buying it, using it as key holders, keychains, all this kind of thing. But the important thing there is that it's very expensive.
Oh.
As small as that thing is, it costs millions.
Okay.
Yes, so it's very, very expensive.
So as like what I'm seeing on the screen now, it's a millions.
Yeah.
Okay. Fired up. Continue.
So people were like, how is this small thing cost this big amount? And then the shape of, look at the face, the smile, everything. So it just started the whole trend. So people started turning it to like to mean different things, like chaotic fun. That thing is so Labubu. Were you there at that party? It was Labubu. Clock it.
Oh, I now get. Okay, so it's more like if you say something's Labubu, meaning it's very expensive sort of a thing. Is that?
No, not really.
Okay.
Like it's just really fun.
Okay.
Something that is just very vibeful. Let me use that word.
Me looking at the doll, I'm like, okay, well.
You may not really catch the correlation.
Okay. Why do you say I cannot catch the correlation? No, look at it. I cannot, for me personally, I can't go to market and
buy this thing. Not to talk of buy it for millions, right? But when something becomes a trend, like it just became a fashion trend.
Okay.
All of a sudden, every lady wants to have a Labubu doll.
All right. Now, moving away from Labubu, because I'm still looking at that doll and I'm like, okay, I think one day we need to. Did I see it in your hand? I'll ask you the question. What led you to?
I cannot buy it, so.
Well, as I said, she's calm in the real sense. But I've said it. Did I see it in your hand? We'll talk about it deeper. It's just that maybe we'll not have to reschedule to come back on screen and talk about what actually happened and led to the, maybe one inspiration led to the other, that led to the other, and led to the other, and
I don't get.
All right, let's talk about music at this time.
Okay.
We had Thames winning the Grammy and Davido receiving 4th Grammy nomination. What does that mean to African, music and the global stage? Thames I think she's from South Africa, right?
No, Thames is Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria. Who is that South African artist?
Tyler.
Yeah, sorry, I'm mixing the two of them together. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, what does that now? Two Nigerians. Davido, 4th nomination, Thames winning the Grammy Award. What does that say in the musical landscape and for Nigerians' music platform?
It's a lot.
Okay.
Majorly.
It's an attraction to us.
Yeah.
Makes us open to the world. Is that what you mean?
For Thames now, these are Afrobeat musicians.
Yeah.
Thames and Davido. Davido is like the OG.
Okay.
You get. Thames is also becoming an OG.
Okay.
She is really. Don't even let me downplay it.
She's becoming, or she is.
She is already.
All right.
Winning that Grammy, it meant a lot because her song, the song that won that Grammy, the category was Best African Music Performance. Davido was nominated. Thames was nominated. A few of Nigerian
artists
were also nominated. I think Burna Boy was also part of them. The song that she entered that category for was Love Me Jeje. That song is like you hear the Yoruba.
Love me jeje, love me tender.
Yeah.
Okay, I think the time the song came out, I could hear a few of it.
She's not the original singer of the song. It's like this, you know how Adekunle Gold sang many people.
Yeah.
Now, and he just like remodeled Yinka Ayefele's song. That's the same thing with Love Me Jeje, but she made it her own.
Okay.
She brought the vibe to it. She made it more youthful in that sense of it. But you cannot take out the Africanism from the song. So now taking that song to the Grammy stage is like putting it on the global pedestal. So everybody can see it and know that this is Nigeria.
Oh yeah, now. So
like,
we are taking Nigeria to the stage, and not only just taking it to the stage, we are putting our local language on the global stage.
On the global stage. It's not just, it's like taking, you know, this Amapiano now. It's from Africa. Afrobeat is African. It's African vibe. So now taking it out there for the world to experience is like a musical export of some sort. Like we're letting you guys into our world, and it's really beautiful to see Nigeria on that stage. Where Nigeria is known for a lot of things. You know, Nigeria is known for a lot of things. Mostly some good, some, you know.
No, all right. No. I like that good way you said some good, some, you know.
Exactly.
Now let's bring it to, I'm going to pick it up from that angle. Now, the song, you know, you made mention of Adekunle revamping Yinka Ayefele's song, many people, and Gaze Baba's song. There is this, now bringing it to the Christianity angle.
Okay.
There is the usual, I have decided to follow Jesus stuff that Gaze Baba revamped, and it topped the charts. And recently I watched on social media again, he got an award. I've forgotten the title of that award. He could not go there physically, but he was connected virtually, and he appreciated the whole thing and have powerful lyrics. Put it that way.
Yes, by the way, I think
or it's just because, you know, the song had the vibes, and it had, maybe it was the beats that was attracting them and not the song, not the lyrics itself.
You know, any song can be meaningful.
Okay.
There are a lot of meaningful songs that are not viral.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of them are not viral.
Exactly.
And the most beautiful thing about the song is that it's gospel, which you don't see go that viral.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But then the song has been trending since the beginning of this year.
Since he released it.
Yes, and this is the end of 2025, and people are still playing that song. What's the difference? Apart from the fact that it's meaningful, it also has the vibe. It has all the beats, the everything that, and the whole, everybody wants to jump to the song.
Yeah.
Even if you don't want to
dance, a part of you will be shaking.
So you cannot deny that song, it just stirs up something in you, both the spiritual aspect and then
the vibe part of it. And then now coming to many people by Adekunle Gold. You know, Ayefele is known to be a gospel artist. And
the song is not gospel.
So what will you call it?
It's not a gospel song.
It's pure secular.
Yes, it's just secular.
In your opinion.
Yes. But I still want to touch on the meaningful part of it. The song is meaningful. Adekunle Gold is known for that.
Yeah, exactly.
He does meaningful songs. Look at From Time of Ire.
Exactly.
Then when he got married to Simi, Promise Me. There are a lot of hits.
Promise Me. You grow
you
up with me. Okay, let's go. So, what do you mean? I don't understand.
So you see all these songs, meaningful stuff. Nigerians are tilting towards it. Look at Kiss Daniel Buga.
Yeah.
Now, people really trended the song because
it trended then. Everybody will not be raising shoulder.
Exactly.
Even small kids. Like at a point, I was like, okay, what's this? Until I heard the song, I was like, okay.
You too, you raise your shoulder.
Did I actually? Maybe inside. But I was just okay. Let's just check the song. You know, most times for me, I just like to listen to it, and you know, as a music person, I like listening to the song. Okay, get the touch of the musical technicalities and all that, and all that. So well, but I doubted maybe once or twice.
What I'm just trying to bring out there is that this song will be meaningful.
Yeah.
But for Nigeria, for it to go that viral, it also has to have vibe. It also has to have the vibe. If not, it will not spread as much.
Yeah, so it's not just about having meaning to songs, but it should also have the vibe that will call the attention of your target audience. Let's go to, you know, streamers, TikTokers. Now, Pella trended on, I don't want to say on a sad note, and I don't want to say on a good note, but it was not too good a thing, you know.
Complicated.
It was, you said? Yeah, thank you. It's complicated, you know, when that made me remember, what you said made me remember something. Yeah, as you can see on our screen, you were streaming live. As in, and you were shouting, I was watching the video and in my head I was like, okay, I want to die. What was he saying then? And after the crash, he still turned the camera to himself. Like, why? Now there's this you know, Kata Ife winning best live streamer kind of a scene. What is your take on that video? Was it last week or 2 weeks ago? And all the issue of the banter between, I saw a post on Facebook. I want to connect that to that so they will talk to you together. Very Dark Man.
Yeah.
Cancelled Jarvis, or what's her name again?
Jarvis.
Yeah. He's I don't want to say alleged girlfriend because we don't even know which one is which now. His said girlfriend or his lover, any way they want to put it, that she should leave him and focus on her life, that she's a distraction to him. I don't know how true that is.
Distraction.
What will be your take to that? Then the issue of the best live streamer of Ife and the stunt that Pella pulled with that live streaming.
You know, I feel this is typical Pella.
Okay.
You don't even know what is
okay.
You don't know what is what. If you watch Pella's live streams, you know that he's a somehow person.
Okay.
Let me put it that way.
Somehow. Okay. Let me not say you should explain further. Let's leave it that way.
You get.
All right. I get it.
Yeah.
If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
He's a somehow person. You can't really say the guy is very mature in the way he does his live streams, the kind of things that he says, his opinions, his views on some really, really important issues, gender issues even. You get. So, and over time, people have been saying he's just doing all these things for the stream.
For the streams of it.
For the views, for the likes. He's getting
results.
Exactly. So for him, like last year now, he was number one. He was number one streamer in Nigeria. But right now, Kata is doing more than him. He has taken that position away from him. So he's bound to hit a nerve somewhere. He's bound to hit somewhere.
So are you saying that there is every tendency that Kata Ife will take over the position of Pella in being the best live streamer?
He is already.
Okay.
He is.
And I thinking that he's going to stay there and Pella is not going to.
So.
He's not going to come back.
When Kata
Maybe Pella can do a comeback.
No.
It's where you said.
You know, there are conflicting views about this, that the whole accident, stunt, and all of that was because he wanted to gain that position back. It's not confirmed or anything.
Yeah, it's just
people's opinions. Because what you watch the live stream now, how can you put your phone in front of you and you're streaming and I want to die. I want to get caught. He crashed his car. Now they charge him for alleged suicide or attempted suicide.
Yeah.
Rather.
And it's a crime,
and then
actually.
Now there is a law that you must not stream while you're driving anymore. So he just caused a lot of issues for all the fellow streamers. So I don't know what he planned to do with that. Now he came out with an apology, apologizing to Nigerians and telling them not to drag Jarvis. Because to him, it was because Jarvis broke up with him and stuff like that. And they started dragging Jarvis online as well. So many people will see it as a stunt.
In your own opinion, what would you say is Jarvis connected to all of this?
Yes.
How?
I think so. Because they've been intertwined for a long period of time.
I like your choice of words, intertwined. All right, go on.
Obviously, you see them everywhere on social media, doing the social media TikTok couple thingy, going to events together, going on trips together. So she is or was his girlfriend, because we cannot really say anymore. Because there was a time, was it not early this year, when they said they broke up? Then they came back again and said we are together again. You know, that kind of back and forth kind of thing. You just don't know where to. You just don't know where you are any longer. So many people have just left him like, well, anything you want to do, you're doing it. It's none of our business again. If you want to kill yourself, you know.
So his lovers are no more interested. His lovers are no more
Nigerians
interested.
are tired of the immaturity.
Maybe okay. I was about saying that maybe the term you used, that he's immature, is actually maybe true. And maybe Nigerians are fed up. They want.
You know, I saw something online. Okay. By the way, this guy is 20 years old. He's 20.
But a 20-year-old person is no more a teenager.
Oh, of course.
So
yes, you expect better from them. I saw this meme online.
Okay.
It was, you know, there's this stuff that went on this year, that until you're 25 years old, that's when your frontal lobe gets fully developed. So many people were like, he's behaving like that because he's not fully developed.
Okay, see, no problem. Let's go to DJ Chicken issue. You know, several accidents and beatings. I don't know. Do you have anything to say regarding DJ Chicken aspect of his trends and all that this year? Do you have anything to say on that?
Not really, though. All
right, moving away from that, let's go to when we went on that break, we saw some jollof rice. Let's talk about Hilda Bassi. It's like you like food. No, if you don't,
I'm not a foodie.
But you eat definitely, regardless.
Everybody eats.
Everybody eats, but it's just the portion at which we eat differs, right? So what's your own portion in the rate of 1 to 10?
3.
Hey, Joy! All right, let's talk about Hilda Bassi. She trended, and her first, I think her first Guinness World Record, was it this year or last year?
Was last year.
Yeah, last year. And later she decided to do that magnificent port and all that, the carrying and the thing tilted. You know, I didn't watch the live stream, but when I saw the pictures, in my mind I was like, was this real or it was? So later I got to confirm that actually when they were trying to weigh the port, it's, Yoruba we say it's and all that. Now, there were a lot of criticism regarding how she's dancing inside that pot. She danced in it. She was using mopping stick to wash the pot. People criticize that it's not clean, it's not hygienic. Don't be saying that mopping stick when they don't used to mop dry before that. It's a new one. So she's using it instead of getting a sponge and using her hand. So she just used that means to wash it, and different criticism. What is your take on her going for this Guinness World Record a challenge, if I put it that way, and you know, with the reactions of Nigerians? In the end, somebody posted the food. He said the food does not have meat. Like Nigerians, and when I saw that video in my mind, I was like, at least you saw the rice. The rice was, the takeaway was, from the picture I saw,
it was medium size.
It was even like a sizable one. At least if you've never eaten all day, if they give you that one, you will pray for the person who gave it to you. But to come and say the thing doesn't have meat, your reaction to Hilda Bassi's this thing,
you know,
food challenge.
This is her first Guinness World Record. When she broke that first record, instead of something Nigerians.
Okay.
You see, people started breaking records.
A lot of persons started doing, like, Guinness World Record thing came to Nigeria, like it flowed in.
You get.
Yeah.
So she became a portrait of resilience. Like, I can do it now. I don't have 2 heads. That doesn't have 2 heads. So she's a normal human being like me, so I can as well do it.
Okay.
So when she now came on with this one that she said she wanted to cook the biggest pot of jollof rice.
Yeah.
She
wanted to promote Nigerian jollof. I like that.
Like, how would it look like? How would it be? So they now brought the pot and showed us Nigerians with their mouth. Well, when people were like, okay, it's big, but how will she cook inside this kind of pot? How will they wash it? Then she released video. You know, as they were raising concerns, she was giving them back. Raising concerns, she was doing her own too.
But I said she get time.
She was prepared.
So your mom would say, oh, Joko.
You know, when you're a Nigerian, you already know how Nigerians reason. They will always want to pick a bone with everything that you do. So when it went viral, when she was mopping the pot, she came out again to say, I bought these mops. They are brand new mops. They are this. She washed it by herself. Though she had help and all of that stuff. I feel like she did good. The summary of it all is that she's trying for Nigeria. She's trying to promote like a better image of Nigeria. And that's the marathon that she did, it fostered unity in a way. Everybody was rooting for Hilda. It doesn't matter if you don't like the size of the pot, or you don't like that she's using Gino, you don't like
anything we should use. Na sponsors.
She was promoting Nigeria as a whole. And if you see the crowd that trooped to that place,
so there was no ethnicity bias or anything.
Was nothing.
Everybody came as a Nigerian to support a Nigerian trying.
Everybody was rooting for her. Even when the pot had issues, when they were weighing it and then it tilted to the side, we were like, it must not pour, it must not.
With all the sweat and the strength poured into this, you know, somebody has to taste that rice. Although it didn't get to me personally. I don't know, maybe you tasted out of it.
No,
maybe you were in Lagos that day.
No.
All right. Now, in the final aspect, you know, we would have loved to stay longer, but let's go to celebrity marriages this year. Davido married, who did he marry again? Chioma, his lover.
Hey.
You know, Tems Otedola got married to Mr. Easy, you know, the white wedding, and it's like Dangote was at that wedding, and it was, you know,
it was a high profile
big men's wedding. It's not noisy. You know, that's why I used to say something that I respect to every client out there watching me at this moment. But I like when I have conversation with some clients who pay heavier. They don't stress like the ones who pay lesser. I don't know. I like big men. No, the stress. I watched the wedding, and the hosts, who we call MC, not stress himself. He's just talking, chill. And I was like, this is what we're talking about. It's not the ones that you will shout from heaven and earth and all that. And now let's leave that aside. That's on the sideline. But Davido Chioma's wedding, what would you say to it? And, you know, Otedola's daughter and Mr. Easy's wedding as well. And how would you say Nigerians' reactions are to celebrity weddings in 2025?
Okay, we had big celebrity weddings. We had Davido and Chioma. We had Timmy, Otedola and Easy. Mr. Easy.
Yeah.
And then we also had JP 2025.
Well, why did you have Mr. Easy in the first place?
You did not mention JP 2025.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Priscilla Ojo and Juma.
Yeah.
That was a very big wedding as well. I feel like in Nigeria, the ones that happened, Davido and Chioma now, they did theirs in Miami.
Yeah. Although some people criticized his suit. I don't know why. Some people, there were
a lot of things.
A lot of things.
And the thing is that Nigerians don't know how to see and keep quiet. You see, and you must have an opinion about something. Like we also have opinions. We're discussing the wedding, so we're Nigerians. So the wedding is when you see celebrity weddings, they're no longer just private events. They are public spectacle. Now they are now for the whole world to view and whatever you want. People get aspirations. Did you just see that kind of lavish lifestyle, the luxury, and I must get there someday.
So you decided as
I must reach there.
Oh yeah, no.
Me too. I will do my own. I'll do my own in this place. Do you get? And Nigerians look at Priscilla Ojo and Juma. Juma is not a Nigerian. So they had a lot to say about that as well. So Then the Tanzanians.
Out of all the beautiful Nigerian guys, and this, they thought she's going to get married to Tenny, or is he Eni?
No,
What's his name? Yeah, Enyolua rather.
Because of the bestie stuff.
And the thing did not. So people maybe she shanked.
I don't know, but I think right from time they've always been so open that they are just best friends.
Well, that we can continue on and on with this, and I think we'll stay focused, and we'll keep fingers crossed to see when Eni will declare, or maybe.
Oh, but Eni is dating a Tanzanian as well now.
Okay, I was about to say that maybe he's also going to go out, and either way, it is what it is. Joy, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I wanted to, put you on the spot, but I'm not going to do that. Well, just for the sake of, your fans out there watching you, give a final, your final thought on the show and what you would like to tell your fans to expect in 2026 as we're wrapping up 2025, just in 1 minute as well.
Okay, so I think in the entertainment space this year, a lot happened, and Nigeria was placed on the map. I feel like that is what really matters above all. Nigeria's image gained a more positive light on the global space, and they should keep that up. We should keep it up going into 2026 as well. It doesn't mean that some bad things did not happen. There were celebrity deaths as well. So it just shows that these people are also human beings. So in all the way you treat your celebrities online, always remember that these guys are also human beings. It doesn't matter what they show you, their daily lives. You always know, like Funke Akindede's new movie. There's always something behind.
We really wanted to talk about that, but just time has gone. There's a lot to talk.
There's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So always remember that, even in your own life, be careful what you put out there on social media. You don't have to put every single thing on social media.
Thank you very much, Joy. We have to go, and it's a pleasure once again to have you on the show.
Thank you so much.
Our dear viewers, this is where we're wrapping it up. Thank you very much for being a part of it. A lot of things have happened. In case you want to share your own thought, go to our YouTube channel, Western Spring Television NG. We're live on Facebook at Western Spring Television and all our other social media handles. Drop your comments and let's get to interact more there. My name is Olufemi Alagbe. It's a pleasure to be on the penultimate installment. Let's do this again one more time for the year. Until next week, do have a delightful and a beautiful weekend. Bye for now.